Yeah, man! Hello, my name is Miguel, and today I'm gonna make for you bean pepper stew. Broad beans, pepper stew. You're gonna need a small onion, slice and dice, 3 garlic cloves, crush a stalk of scallion, spring of thyme, scotch bonnet pepper, or any real pepper, and this is paprika, sweet pepper. You can use any color. This is a yellow sweet pepper. We're not going to use any salt. 2 to 3 tablespoons of ketchup, and this is 400-gram broad beans and a small tomato. Teaspoon of marjoram, half a teaspoon of pimento berries, tablespoon of parsley, half a teaspoon of rosemary, and 1 tablespoon of dried basil. You can use any of these herbs fresh. Just dice it fine. If you want to use fresh beans, you can pressure cook your beans for 15 to 18 minutes. Now, we're going to prep the scallion. Just remove the root. Just peel the dead leaves off. And then cut the tips off. Like this. Thyme, onion, we're going to dice it. I like to just cut it in half. It's easier for me to cut. So I just remove this outer layer, leaf, just the leaf, because this is the strongest part is the first layer. So just remove just that brown leaf. If there's any spoilness on it, just cut it off. Right, this is scotch bonnet pepper. I'm not going to cut that yet. So this is a paprika. Just cut off that spoiling a little. Just going to cut this off. Get this part out of the way. Now remove the heart, the sweet pepper's heart, and the seeds with the seeds. We're going to rinse all of this and the tomato. Now the garlic, just remove the skin. Now we're going to rinse those, wash off the dirt, just throw this water off now. Now put all the dried ingredients in one container. Herbs. This is my dried parsley. This is my dried basil. Just measure out a tablespoon. This is the marjoram. Use just 1 teaspoon. This is the rosemary. Just want to pinch like half a teaspoon. This now is whole clove. Whole cloves to me gives the sense of meat. So if you use too strong, so you only need about 2. Whole clove is from the Middle East. I saw a documentary where they're showing that it's from the Middle East somewhere. And that's the pimento berries. Just put all the dried herbs together. Keep the berries separate. That's the pimento and that's the cloves. That's the fresh vegetables we're going to slice and dice in a little while. Or no. Alright, so take the garlic and crush it. People oftentimes dice it, but I like to crush it. When you crush it, you won't taste any garlic in the meal, but you will get the flavor of the garlic in the meal. And if you even do eat it, it will be so fine that you wouldn't even notice. So just crush it. Correct, right? I'm using your word, crush it. Now the onions, just dice it, slice it, and you can also dice it. I mean, if you guys like to dice, you can do that as well, but slice like I do. So just hold it carefully. Use your chopping board. Dice the onions. Keep it separate. Put the onions aside for now. Scallion. Just chop it in small pieces. No, that's it. Dice the scallion. Dice the scallion well. If you leave big pieces in, it might be interference to others, and it's not so attractive either. Keep the ingredients separate. We're going to dice the pepper near to the end and the tomato near to the end, and we're going to add the herbs while it stews near to the end. You're also going to need about 2 to 3, 4 tablespoons of water, half of quarter cup. So now put your ingredients together. Put to eat. Put your stove's gauge on 4, which is medium low. Just allow it. Once it's dried, if it's dry, you can add oil. This is healthy cooking, so you can use coconut oil, any healthy oil, olive oil, doesn't matter. Just don't use bad oils. This is my brown rice. I'm gonna be serving it with. Once the pot or your frying pan is dry, add oil, about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil, and just allow it to get hot for now, 30 seconds. The can, just clean the surface and open it. Use your can opener and open it. I'm just showing you my way. And cut it away from you, not that way. Sometimes when it's stuck the other way, I have to go the other way. See if you don't get a groove. You gotta get a groove and cut it with a groove. If you stop along the way, it's hard to continue. You gotta go the other way. So just remove the water and add some fresh water and rinse it off, and then remove that water. Alright, put this aside for later. Alright, back to this. Now add, oh no, I wanted to add the onions first. Anyway, add the onions. If you're doing this, add the onions first, and about 15 seconds after you add the scallion, the diced scallion. Some people call scallion spring onions, because that's what it is really. Onion leaves, but it's a little bit tender than the onion. I'm going to use a piece of ginger, so just cut off a small piece, about 3 inches, and just prep it, clean it off and rinse it. Piece of ginger, and add your ginger to the sautéing onions and the sautéing diced scallions. That's the paprika. So although the title is peppers in the title, is not a hot meal. It's very, it's not even mild. It's just flavorful. So you add your garlic. You know, garlic burns easily, so you gotta add it about 20 minutes before you add everything else. And remember now, put your stove gauge, it's now on 4, but turn it up on 6, so I can get the saute going. 6 is medium high. Stir a little, or a bit, the English people say. Stir a bit. Now I'm gonna dice the tomato. Normally I would add the tomato at the end of a meal, but I'm adding it now because by doing it this way, it's frying a little, it enhances the flavor. Add your thyme. That was around 2 to 3 minutes. Now add your broad beans and stir fry. The stove's gauge is still on 6. Add the herbs and the other ingredients. No salt. I'm going to taste it, and then if it needs salt, the stove is on 6, so now turn it down on 4, no, about 2 low. Alright, stir for a little while. Now add half a quarter cup of water. That's around 3 to 4 tablespoons of water. And now about 3 tablespoons of ketchup. As you see, I'm running out. About 2 or 3 tablespoons. I don't have that much, but it's okay. It's optional to as well. You don't have to use it, but it kind of brings the stew together, and it thickens the stew. This is Scotch bonnet pepper, so try not to touch the surface. Once you cut it, don't touch it because it's hot. So cut it and be careful how you touch it, or don't touch it. Just touch the outside and just stir for a little while. Stove's gauge is on low. Just cover it and allow for about 2 minutes. A minute or 2. The stove's gauge is on too low. Alright, now after 2 minutes to 3 the most, just remove the thyme stick and stir it in a little, and then you finish pretty much. Just turn the stove off. That took 2 minutes. Just turn the stove off. You can even wait till this bean cooled a little before you add the pepper, because you want to serve it crunchy. And the pepper can be crunchy. It tends to have a crunch to it at times. So just add the pepper. I'm going to serve it now. Cover it until you're ready. Alright, now I'm going to serve. So just take a scoop of this broad beans pepper stew. Ital meal, listen. This is a Rastafarian vegetarian dinner. That's the name of my book. Get it when it comes out. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. So this is my broad beans pepper stew. Look at that goodness. I tell, no salt whatsoever. Let's taste this thing. Guys, admit, this do look good. It's attractive. The color is pretty. Yellow really stands out. It's nice and fresh. Fresh meaning fresh food. Not fresh in the flavor, but really flavorful. This tastes really nice. And I didn't add no salt. I had no salt whatsoever. And it's A-okay. Without salt, you don't have to add salt. It tastes good. You see, in my recipes, for the book that's coming out, I put salt in some of the recipes. And the herbs in it too. Flavorful is just nice. It's just really nice. Animals in the wild go to great distance to get salt. Our body needs sodium. And the old clove, just remove the old clove because if you bite it, it's not going to be a pretty experience. It's very strong. And remove the pimento berries. So our body needs sodium. Some foods have sodium, but not all. So we need to eat salt, I believe. We need to have salt in our diet. But it's the type of salt that we use. You must use sea salt. Although all salt is probably sea salt, but some salt, I don't even know. But just use natural salt, natural sea salt. That's the objective. Not process. Even if the process is then let it be less sodium, I just don't believe in using anything much processed. Unless they're washing and cleaning and stuff like that. But not processed where they add stuff. The chemicals, I don't believe in that. Like this bean now, it was processed. This bean was processed, but I think they soak it in chemical to get it to where it's at. But it's still natural. And if you're against the canned one, you can always pressure cook it for 15 minutes. Alright. Oh yes, and you can use olive oil as well. This tastes, it's good. Every time I cook these vegetarian meals, they tend to taste really good. Why to me? Because I'm not expecting vegetable meals to taste. I love vegetable, but like flavorful. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm enjoying this. That's it. Enjoy. Remember now, remove the clove, old clove. That's the second piece. I give this A plus plus. If you're ealing, this would be a good meal for you. And if you're ealing, my book, Rastafarian Vegetarian Dinners, will be a good cookbook for you. Bye. Have a great day. Bye. Yeah, man!